What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NFL video with your boy. This is going to be the full slate breakdown video. Sorry I didn't get to do a full slate, early slate look lineup with you guys. It's been a hectic week with Thanksgiving and all that stuff this week, and helping my girl put up Christmas decorations and stuff. Y'all, all of you know that. You know how that is. You know what I mean? So I don't have to explain it much. I do have a normal. Yes, I am pretty good at DFS, and I work in DFS and I do videos and all that stuff. But I'm a super normal dude with a pretty normal life where I still have to help put up Christmas decorations. You know what I mean? So anyways, thank you guys for joining me as always. Greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. Drop a like down below. Comment anything in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And let's get straight into this. I'm not going to keep up too much of your time. This is the Greenlight Optimizer, ladies and gentlemen. This thing's been absolutely dynamite since it even came around in the industry. It's been fantastic, and I love the fact that it's exclusive to members only. That way, everybody in the world can't just go on and use it and freaking smash DFS. Only the squad can. So I love that. So all NFL members, it comes along with your week packages. So make sure you take advantage of this. This is my personal projection. So if you wonder, does Cam like this guy or this guy, you can easily figure it out with my projections on the optimizer. All right, literally. That's all you got to do. This will be updated again come Sunday morning after all the injury news has come out and everything has, whatever has changed has changed. It'll be updated again before the slate. I like to update it, the optimizer. Like right now, it's updated as of now news. But on Sunday, obviously, we got more injury news that drops like at 11 Central or something like that. Right after that news drops and we have a good bit of that news, I will go through and adjust people's projections, and then I will uh update it for you guys so you guys have the most updated version of things. All right, thank you guys for joining me as always. Let's get straight into this week 12 NFL full slate breakdown. Hopefully everybody had an amazing Thanksgiving. We had an amazing Thanksgiving group of slates yesterday, so it went well for us there. Let's go ahead and just keep dominating, man. We're on a main slate weeks streak right now. I believe we're like 3 or 4 in a row that we've won, so I'm excited to keep that going. Let's get it. So let's go ahead and take a look at quarterbacks. So before I get into this, let me say this for all the season-long member people. I mean, not season-long members of Greenlight, season-long players, fantasy football players. Somebody posted on Twitter. I just got it because I guess somebody I followed retweeted it or something. But somebody asked, should I play um, Josh Allen or Cam Newton this week? And it was before Josh Allen's game, and I was like, I was thinking to myself, like, and I looked at the comments, and people were really saying Cam Newton, like Cam Newton, Cam Newton. Oh yeah, he's the man, Cam Newton. Listen, y'all. A lot of times people make the mistake of trying to overanalyze things in season-long fantasy leagues. All right, if you have a player, if you have a quarterback like Josh Allen, the only time he is on your bench is if he's hurt or he's not playing and he's on a bye week. That's, you know what I mean. That's what I mean by not playing. That's the only time you bench Josh Allen, especially for Cam Newton. Look, don't get me wrong. I love Cam Newton, as you can see on the optimizer. I have him projected almost 20, so I love him as a point per dollar play. I love him in general. All right, I like the dude. I'm super happy he's back in Carolina. He looks pumped up. I talked about that already. I love it. But you don't play him over Josh Allen in season-long leagues, okay? I just want to make that known because too many people were saying Cam Newton in that damn comment section. I had to say something about it. On Twitter, I was just like, this is ridiculous. Like, that people are really saying this. You know what I mean? Like, this is wild. And for the person to even ask that question is ridiculous. Josh Allen over Cam Newton. 100% right now in their point of their careers, got to go Josh Allen, especially if you drafted Josh Allen and you have him. You got to play him every time. You play your studs, play your main guys every single week as long as they're active. All right, I get it. Josh Allen had a couple down weeks, but you just play the guys that you're supposed to play. All right, that's it. All right, let's get straight to it. So my highest projected quarterback on the slate by a large margin is Tom the Goat Brady. Now, I love Tom Brady, man. Not only is it in a dome, it's not at home, but it is in a dome. And Tom Brady is just an absolute monster. We know that. This dude loves to run the score up, too. So if this game does get out of hand, it doesn't matter. I love Tom Brady. I have him projected over 25 DraftKings points. He's 7'6". I haven't had too much of a problem spending up at quarterback this week. Honestly, I know a lot of people are probably going to go Cam Newton. If Cam Newton's going to be super high owned, I'm fully fine with going Tom Brady, pairing him up with Godwin with no Antonio Brown, and getting my money. You know what I mean? So I feel really good about this. I also think the Colts are, as a team, is a solid team and keeps this game competitive. So games where Tom Brady's in competitive environments, you got to expect Tom Brady to be the man. And I have him projected, as you can see, 4 points higher than the next highest projected guy, which is Justin Herbert. All right. So love Tom Brady. Wanted to, zone in on him. Justin Herbert against Denver. I really love it. Like his price is 6-6. He's a solid option. Not, my main guy is Tom Brady, and outside of that, if I'm going to go anybody else, I'm probably going to spend down a little more. But as you can see with my projections, Tom Brady's number one, and then we've got Herbert, Jalen Hurts, and then let's talk about these guys. Carson Wentz against Tampa Bay. We all know Tampa Bay's secondary is not very good, and Carson Wentz should be behind having to throw the ball a lot. As of late, Jonathan Taylor's been absolutely dominating. You have to expect that this Tampa Bay defense comes in game planning to shut down Jonathan Taylor and making Carson Wentz beat them. At least that's what I would expect. The way Jonathan Taylor's been playing, man, I mean, I would just literally have somebody just locked on Jonathan Taylor at all times during this game and really try to stop the run and make Carson Wentz beat them through the air. And I would not be surprised to see Wentz have a big game paired up with Michael Pittman this week. So that's why I have him at 20.26 and a good point per dollar play. As you can see, point per dollar wise, Tom Brady's at 3.3. You got Teddy Bridgewater at 3.7, Tyrod Taylor at 3.7. You've got better point per dollar quarterbacks than Tom Brady with my projections, but point per dollar hasn't really mattered to me so much as just raw score. And Tom Brady is obviously the man. Cam Newton, let's talk about him. Seeing that everybody wants to play him over Josh Allen. Cam Newton's fantastic option once again. He's like Josh Allen in the way that he can do it with his feet as well. Once he gets into the red zone, there's many ways that they can get him into the end zone. So I really like Cam Newton. You can pair him up with Christian McCaffrey if you would like. I know McCaffrey's a running back and normally you don't pair that, but McCaffrey's pretty much a receiver. All right, and Cam Newton can't really get the ball down the field too well, so a lot of dump offs to Christian McCaffrey, and McCaffrey's going to be a stud with Cam Newton at quarterback. Next up, Teddy Bridgewater. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to sort point per dollar, and let's talk value. Because outside of Tom Brady, I'm pretty much wanting to spend down in the 5K range. You got Teddy Bridgewater in a try-to-catch-up game against the Chargers, like him at 5.3. Tyrod Taylor for Houston against the Jets. Amazing matchup for Tyrod Taylor here. I love the pairing of Tyrod Taylor and Brandon Cooks for GPPs. Really love that spot. Why is my dog going crazy? Oh, nobody's here. Anyway, Tyrod Taylor's in a fantastic spot. The Jets' defense is atrocious. Their secondary is atrocious. And I love the pairing of him and Brandon Cooks together. So I really like that as a cheap GPP stack play. Just talked about Cam Newton. He's grading out as an amazing point per dollar play as well. Him paired up with Christian McCaffrey is completely fine. Wentz paired with Michael Pittman. Like that spot at 5.8 if you go Wentz. Like I said, they should be playing catch-up, and I would fully expect Tampa Bay to come in shutting Jonathan Taylor down, at least attempting to. Daniel Jones against Philly, blah, blah, blah. I don't have much more interest on this slate, honestly. Value guys, Bridgewater, Tyrod Taylor, Cam Newton, Wentz, and then spend up, Tom the GOAT Brady. All right? That's pretty much it. Let's go to running back. Super stud Christian McCaffrey's got to be projected the highest. That'll probably be every single week that Christian McCaffrey is active and playing. He'll probably be projected the highest, plain and simple, because of just his ability to catch the ball. This is DraftKings full point PPR, so I mean it's just a solid spot any single week against Christian McCaffrey. There's multiple options that I really like, though. The reason why I haven't had a ton of McCaffrey is because I like some other options as well. As you can see, James Robinson's grading out really well for me at 3.2. I have him projected at 19.6. At 6.2, I really like this spot for him against Atlanta. They should really utilize him a lot in this game. He's going to get passes and work in the pass game. He's really going to get that ground game going as well. And this is a good matchup against Atlanta. So really like this spot for James Robinson at home in Jacksonville at only 6.2. So he's one of the guys that really sticks out to me. Obviously, if you have the money, something tells me to avoid Jonathan Taylor. It could just be because I'm trying to catch him. Like if his ownership's going to be high, I'm trying to take advantage of that maybe and get off of it. I don't know. But my gut's telling me that, like I've mentioned multiple times, I feel like I feel like Jonathan Taylor's a hell of a running back, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's going to get to the point where defenses really start stacking the box against them and making Carson Wentz beat them. So I would expect Tampa Bay to do that. You know what I mean? So Jonathan Taylor at 9-1 is fine, but him being more than McCaffrey, I'm sorry. I'm not going to have much Jonathan Taylor. I'm going to have Christian McCaffrey. If I have that amount of money, I'm going Christian McCaffrey on DraftKings. All right? I'm just going to tell you that now. So if Jonathan Taylor breaks the slate and goes for 50, then you guys know I probably lost there. I didn't take down a tournament for sure. All right. Anyways, Najee Harris. Eckler's always good on DK because of his pass catching ability. Joe Mixon is he's okay. He projects out well to me because of his usage in this offense, but he's kind of AJ Dillon still once again is high on my list, man. He's just going to be utilized so heavily in this Green Bay offense as long as Aaron Jones is out. Really love him here. I know the Rams defense is a tough matchup here, but A.J. Dillon, just the amount of usage, the amount of work he's going to get it in the pass game. He's going to get it on the ground. A.J. Dillon, once again, is a fantastic play, and he's under 6K, so he grades out to me as a fantastic option as well. Myles Gaskin the last few weeks has really been popping for me as well, man, because with Tua at quarterback, he really likes to use Gaskin in the pass game as well as in the red zone. They really utilize him, give him good amount of carries in the red zone. So Myles Gaskin against Carolina, I really like that spot for him as well at 5'6". He's a guy that really sticks out to me, as you can see, 18.15 projection. So he's really grades out to me as fantastic. Let's go up and let's sort. I keep saying sort. Anyways, let's sort point per salary. I don't know what the hell sort is. Not even a word. I don't know why that's in my. I don't know. Anyways, top value Gaskin, then David Johnson. As you guys know, Philip Lindsay is gone. He's gone from Houston, so David Johnson's like the lone back there. Really like him at 4.5. He grades out well for me. A.J. Dillon, James Robinson, Miles Sanders, Philly's finally, handing the ball off, getting that running game going. Darrell Henderson. But when it comes to guys I loved this week, Gaskin, David Johnson, A.J. Dillon, James Robinson. That's my core of spend down guys. If you spend up, my favorite spend up is Christian McCaffrey. Najee Harris is interesting here. He's going to get a lot of work in the pass game. You can play him as well. He's fine. But those are my core guys that I just mentioned. Wide receiver. Look at here. At 7K, Chris Godwin is projected to be the highest scoring receiver on this slate for me. Look, I know it's probably a contrarian look to have Godwin projected higher than Cooper Kupp and Devontae Adams, and I completely understand. But at the end of the day, look, man, I love Tom Brady. Antonio Brown being off the field, Chris Godwin's been one of the best fantasy receivers in the league since he has gone down. And at the end of the day, people might sleep on that. And there is a price difference here. That is why I'm really trying to make sure that people see that Godwin needs to be in lineups, because at him at 7K, he's pretty much locking for me. And I love the duo of him because I love Godwin so much in this matchup against the Colts and what should be a good game where Tom Brady's going to continuously have to throw the ball here. I love that pairing of Brady and Godwin this week, man. I think Brady and Godwin pairing ends up taking down a GPP this week. I really do. Something tells me that. I just feel really good about that. So Chris Godwin at 7K, as you can see, I haven't projected as the highest player on the slate because I want to make sure my people have Godwin in their lineups. Devontae Adams obviously is always good. What just happened? What did I just do? Anyway, okay, there we go. Devontae Adams always in play. That's fine. Cooper Kupp always in play. At 9.6, it's going to be hard to get Kupp in this week, in my humble opinion. Brandon Cooks really grades out to me. You know what I'm going to do? Godwin's my favorite spend-up guy. And then Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp, if you have the money, love those guys. And Deebo Samuel's been an absolute monster. When it comes to spend-ups, they're right here. All right? Now, value options. Let's look at the value on this slate. My favorite value receiver is at 5'8", Brandon Cooks, paired up with Tyrod Taylor. Really like them in GPP as well this week. Tyrod Taylor and Brandon Cooks are probably going to connect a million times in this game. Brandon Cooks is one of the highest targeted receivers in the entire league, and now you get a fantastic matchup against one of the worst secondaries in the NFL in the Jets. The only thing... I was about to say the only thing that worries me is maybe the game getting out of hand. But honestly, this game's probably going to stay competitive because Houston sucks too. So Tyrod Taylor to Brandon Cooks, really like that pairing this week. At 5'8", gotta love Brandon Cooks. I haven't projected over 17. Michael Pittman Jr. It's one of those things that I always talk about, y'all. It depends on what quarterback you end up going with. And honestly, if you guys play GPP, here's what I want you to do. I want you to have lines where you got Tom Brady with Godwin, lines where you got Tyrod Taylor and Cooks, and then lines where you've got Carson Wentz and Pittman, because those are my three favorite GPP pairings. Two, you know what I mean, quarterback wide receiver pairings of these entire slate. Okay, so I really like that spot. Now, if you do the Brandon Cooks Tyrod Taylor stack, run it back with Corey Davis, who grades out really well for me at 4.8 at projected over 12 DraftKings points, almost 13 DraftKings points here. Michael Carter is out for the Jets, so that's going to leave Tevin Coleman and Ty Johnson as the lone Robinson low running backs for the Jets. Not really sure who's going to get the edge. I have them projected around the same, honestly. So I have them both projected around 10. So I'm not utilizing those guys really on DK too much because I'm too worried about too much of an even split there. But Corey Davis is interesting to me here, running back the Tyrod Taylor Brandon Cooks stack. All right, so in one of your GPP lineups, please, somebody play Tyrod Taylor paired with Brandon Cooks and run it back with Corey Davis for me. All right, and get a lot of money. And also, you can pair Jamison Crowder there too. I just think that game is kind of low key slick this week. I really do. Anyways, so that is about it. I've talked about pretty much my main guys, man. I'm going Chris Godwin, plain and simple. Even when I look point per salary, Godwin's my guy. All right, he's my favorite guy, and I love pairing him up with Tom Brady. That's my favorite way to go this week. Brandon Cooks, Michael Pittman, Corey Davis, favorite value wide receivers on the slate. Laviska Shenault is definitely interesting here as well at 4-4 and a great matchup against my horrible Falcons team. All right, almost cried when I said that. Anyways, next up, here we go. Tight ends. Let's see what we got here. So I have Kyle Pitts projected at the highest, not because I'm a Falcons fan, but just because, look, with Calvin Ridley off the field, Kyle Pitts is, I know he hasn't been dominating, but he's in a spot to dominate. He should dominate. All right, I mean, everything points to him doing well. At 6'1", he is the main receiver on this Atlanta squad, as well as the fact that you take Calvin Ridley off the field now. I mean, and Cordell Patterson. I believe Patterson's still out too, right? Let me see. Yeah, I have. Oh, well, I have Patterson projected right now, so he actually might be back. Actually, but what was I saying? Kyle Pitts is just a fantastic spot. As Calvin really off the field, I mean, he's the man. So he is the guy at tight end for me personally. I haven't projected the most. Outside of that, though, let's just look at value because outside of Kyle Pitts, George Kittle's going to be great. Dan Arnold, Dallas Goedert, those are my core like guys that I really like at tight end. If you sort point per dollar, you got Dallas Goedert number 1, Dan Arnold number 2. I really love Dan Arnold. If I'm not spending for Pitts or George Kittle, I'm probably going with a Dan Arnold in a great matchup against Atlanta. Fantastic spot here. Dan Arnold's been getting good, heavy targets in this offense, so really like that spot there. Jared Cook's price at 3K is a little criminal as well, so I had to project him point per dollar fairly decent. But yeah, I mean, Conklin is an interesting GPP guy, especially if you go like a Garoppolo Debo Samuel stack. Running it back with Conklin's interesting, or a Jefferson, obviously, or Thielen, whatever. They got plenty of ways to go there. But yeah, Conklin does grade out as a solid value for me at 3.7. I haven't projected over 9. But so to sum it all up, we've got Kyle Pitts projected the highest. George Kittle and Goddard are my 3 spend-up guys, and then for my value guy is Dan Arnold. The lowest I'm probably going this week, price-wise, for tight end is 4K. All right? We don't have amazing options at tight end this week. And defenses, I'm not even going to worry about total projection. I'm just going to go point per salary, and it is going to be the Bengals, Texans, Eagles, Panthers. This group right here is all fine. The main 2 I'm looking at is Bengals and Texans. Really like the Texans here because the Jets just turn the ball over a lot. The Texans aren't a fantastic defense, but at the end of the day, at only 2-3 at home against a bad Jets team, where I like this Houston squad offensively this week. So I think there is a scenario that could definitely happen here where Houston gets a good lead and Jets make a lot of mistake trying to catch up. So Bengals, Texans, Eagles, Panthers. Yeah, that's about it. I don't love the spots here. If we look at spend ups, if you have the money, Eagles project out the highest against the Giants. Patriots are projected fairly well versus Tennessee, but honestly, you guys know how I like to do it here. For the way I go, Texans are probably my favorite to go with. I know I have the Bengals projected point per dollar higher, But Texans had only 2-3. I'll probably have a lot of versions with the Texans this week because it's just, look, they're cheap, they're at home versus a bad offense. That's really the recipe that you're going for every single week for defense. All right. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. Let's smash another week, baby. Going for like 5 in a row. I'm not sure. I haven't been 100% keeping that in my head because I'm not too worried about that, but it has been going fantastic. We've been dominating. So let's do it once again, y'all. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Smash these slates this week. And remember, final thing I want to say here, have your lineups. All right, have a version with Taylor paired with Cooks, have a version with Tom paired with Godwin, and have a version with Wentz paired with Pittman, and you're probably, lining yourself up for success this week. All right, that's pretty much all I got to say here. Thank you guys for joining me as always, and I'm out. Peace.